So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. I am Art Walker, and I welcome you to my channel. I hope have you all been here before? I can see a few new faces, a few older faces. So, welcome to my channel. What I'm going to show you guys today, my plan is to practice drawing the human leg. So if you're interested in learning that, you're in the right place. I will take you step by step through how I draw certain things like this here. I'm missing my bottle of water. Where did I put that? Just about there it is up there. So I don't start coughing. So if you're not familiar with my channel, I usually draw, I draw a lot of anatomy. I draw a lot of kind of cyber stuff, and I just like to experiment a little bit. So if you like this kind of stuff, do me a favor, check out my feed, and then you'll see a lot more of what I do. Today is going to be strictly anatomical, that kind of stuff. I haven't got much here hanging. Oh yeah, I've got a couple of images here. That's lucky, that I had from this morning. So there you go. You can see I draw that kind of stuff. And then I do experiment with a little bit of Cyber Terminator kind of stuff. But mostly I offer tutorials on the anatomy, faces, eyes, and so on. So today we are going to study how to draw the human leg. So what I'm going to ask you all to do is grab a sheet of paper, and then we can go through this together. And if you have any questions, hello Hannah, and thank you for the rose. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and then we can get straight into this. So is everybody ready? Everybody ready? I'll leave this here just in case somebody turns up and they don't see anything. Is everybody ready? So just have a sip of that water and let's go. So I'm not sure if you guys know, but if you look at this kind of sketch here, you have to break down whatever you're looking at. You have to break it down. You have to learn to simplify everything that you are learning to draw, right? And that's what I do. So if you've seen me draw the leg before, chances are you've seen me draw it like this. And this is as complicated as I need to know it. I should have tilted that in a little bit more. So let me just tilt that in a little bit more, like so. So this is as complicated as I draw the human leg. When I choose to draw a female body or even an arm, like a robotic arm like this, chances are it would start out very similar to this, right? So this is not, we don't need any more information than this, if I'm honest, because we don't have to go into, if we really wanted to draw a leg and, it had to be anatomically more correct, it would look similar to this. Not 100%, but as you can see, it would look like that. This would be our bone. And then we've got our shin, tibia and fibia here, like so. So this is a simplification of the same body part. Is everybody clear on that? Is everybody clear on that? Hello, Cartman. How you doing? And you probably can though. Hold on, I'm missing something. What have I missed already? Empo's ready. Okay. Sure. Good. I'm good. Okay. Yes. Good. So this is what we have to focus on. These body parts, right? So we've got anatomical versus simplified, right? Because we don't need to go that deep, because half of the details will be hidden behind skin and muscle. Right. So what I tell people is to always simplify things. And now I'm using a different color pen just to highlight the hip area here. So we've got the hip. Let's just do half here as well. So now we all know where we are talking about, right? So we're talking obviously about the thigh. So what I would do is I would simply add my cylinders here. See that? So that is a simplified version of the thigh. I would also add a cylinder here, but I would actually shape it like the calf itself, like so. Is everyone getting that? So we went from stage 1, which you could almost call the blue stage. That should be a bit lower here. Blue stage, and then we go to stage 2, which would be our green stage. Lifelong cylinders everywhere. Oh, that's all I say all day is cylinders. That's all I say. Yeah, I'm good. School's over. I'm finally on holiday as well. So life's good. So thank you very, very much for the gifts. Has anyone got any questions? Has anyone got any questions? And you can see this okay, and you can hear this okay, right? This will be broadcast on YouTube. So if you miss it or if you get in here late, chances are you can watch it again. So I take it there are no questions. Just checking quickly. Good. Okay. So let's go a little bit further, right? So now we've got cylinders here, here, and here, right? So I need to break this down for you. Imagine the thigh like this. What have I now done to that thigh? Can we keep the chat on the subject of drawing the male leg? What have I now done to that thigh? Exactly. I've turned it into a three-dimensional object. So in theory, I would add my calf here or my shin. And now we have turned this flat object into a three-dimensional object. Do you see what I mean? So this is what you have to understand when you want to learn to draw anything to do with the human body. Do not learn it flat, learn it as a three-dimensional object. So for example, if I draw the same, I'm going to try and think of a different position. So if I draw the same objects again, the same cylinders like so, you automatically recognize, let's broaden that a little bit, you automatically recognize what position. Yes, ich bin genau richtig. Ich war sogar heute dort am Unterrichten. So now we have a thigh and a knee here. The knee would be here, also here. But as I said, we're just going very simple. Then we can break it down and understand all these different positions. How you doing, V? Exactly. Oh, really? Is it like Cezanne? I didn't know that. I really didn't know that. So that is very interesting. I might have to look that up actually. And this video is being recorded, or this live stream is being recorded, and it will be found on here later on today. I have around 26 videos already. Good stuff. So now, if we look at the leg here from the side, Let me see if I can squeeze it in here. I'm trying to use up all my paper. So this is what our leg here, let me make sure I've got the right height. It's a little bit high here. I'm going to line it up here. Would look like from the side, all right? Similar to this. So we would have our thigh bone going up to around here. And then we would have our tibia and so on down here. And then the foot. Is everyone getting this? This should be a bit lower, but you can understand what I'm kind of getting to here. So now we have the leg from the side. We just check to see what everyone's saying. Is everyone getting this up until now? Yeah? Thank you, V. That's nice of you. Everyone getting this? That's why I've got the pen, you see. They only break if I slam them on the table too hard by accident. Pretty understandable. Good stuff. Schönen Tag noch. Gleichfalls. Danke. You don't understand. Daniel doesn't understand. What don't you understand? What do you not understand? Apple Pencil. Didn't know they existed. Didn't know they existed. What don't you understand, Daniel? No, you don't have to understand how you don't have to do that. You don't have to understand how long it is. Not yet. If we're drawing, what I'm doing is I'm just trying to make sure that the dimensions here are the same. That's all we need to know at the moment. The size of the leg is actually irrelevant. What I want you to do is understand the mechanics of the leg. That's the important part. Oh, you're on a tablet. Ah, there you go. Yeah, that's a little bit naughty. Ah, so you know how to do it already. Well, that's my job done then. I need to go home. Well, I am at home, but never mind. Is this just normal paper? Yes. This is just normal, crappy, normal paper. So now we could add our cylinders. Let's add our hips and so on. Our hips would roughly be here, like so. And then it would be attached to that thigh here, right? We could add our cylinder here. And now we have a rough idea as to where and how our human leg and how the muscles look. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing, right? So look, you see that? Now we're looking at from the side. We look at it. This is I suppose, the semi-realistic way to look at it. We can add some more detail to that, right? We can even add some muscle to it. So I'm not going to go overly muscular, but I'm just going to show you basically how we can add some simple muscle to the leg. I'm not going to go mad. We've got the inside of the calf here, like so. So now I've got a really thin leg, because usually I draw them really big and very over muscular, because I tend to do that. I don't know why, but there you go. We've got quite a good muscular leg, good proportions and so on. And obviously we wouldn't see tons of detail like this, because this is more an anatomy drawing, where I really wanted to know how the different muscles flow in different directions. So this is a little bit deeper. It's a deep dive into different parts of the leg, also from behind and from the front. So, but here, what we would do and what helps us to add shading is having a little knowledge of where the muscles are, where they dip, and so on. You see that? So we can just add some slight shading, and that gives the leg a bit of volume. You could shade it in other ways. You don't have to do it the way I'm doing it, but this is just basically how I'm shading it now. And then we can tidy that up and make it look like a half decent leg with a little bit of shading on it. I'm happy. I'm really happy to hear that. Hello, Anna. I'm really happy to hear that. Gracie's cooking. I'm starving, actually. Is this just normal? Yeah, I've done the paper thing. Good. And thank you very, very much for the follows, right? So this, when you start to understand the anatomy, this will help you if you start to design, I don't know, characters, and you want to, I don't know, they're wearing some kind of cat suit or something like that. This is where when you've got an idea of where all the muscles belong, then you can start adding your nice shading and stuff like that, and it makes your work look pretty cool. But you don't need to know every muscle, because I don't, and I don't want to know, and I really don't know all the names as well. I make the names up as I go along, unfortunately. No, I don't. I'm not that bad. But I have, where's my list? I've got a list of the names here if I do get a little bit stuck, because I'm not one of these people that live in the gym and they know where the quads are and the traps are and I can't be bothered with all that. That's not my thing. Good. Okay. So everyone's got that. Yes. It's funny, I was going to do one on perspective today. I was that close to doing one, but for some reason, I thought, I haven't done the leg for a while, so let's do the leg. So I'm going to show you guys, this is how, if we zoom in here, the leg, if I'm not mistaken, it looks similar to this. Right? So we've got our kneecap. I'm going to try and make that triangular. And then we've got our thigh bone. It looks similar to this. All right, so this is what you have to imagine when you are drawing legs. That underneath, it looks similar to that. So that's what the knee looks like, right? And that helps you later on, like here, you can see here, I've added the muscle, because that helps me, because I know, okay, we've got this muscle here on the inside of the knee. And then we have our quads here. So this helps when you understand how the bone looks, then you can add some pretty cool details when you model it around the actual bone. It gives your artwork a little bit more of a realistic look, if that's what you want, right? If that's what you want. Possible that you don't want that. And then you could build on that and further and further and further. Then you can end up with something like this, which is not necessarily what you need, but it just helps your artwork. So, for example, if I know the calf muscle is here, I'm gauging how long it is and where it dips. And now I have a leg. kneecap is roughly here, so I can mark where that is. And there you go. Look at that. I've just literally turned these cylinders into a lovely leg. Is everyone getting why I do that now? So let's see what's going on in the chat. Thank you for the follows, by the way. Oh, mate, I love your geometry is cool as well, and I do love anatomy. I think I need to do something special now. I'm itching to maybe cut down on the live streams and do something. I want to draw this again because this I drew a long time ago, and I know I can do this better already. It's itching me now because I've learned so much over the last few months. Remember, I do have a life outside TikTok and I don't get paid. So you guys need to hit the like button as a matter of fact, because I'm not getting paid a penny. And if you like what I do, please jump on and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because there is a possibility that I will get something for my efforts trying to help the world. I need your help now, guys and girls. I need your help. How about that? Where's the AC? Oh, is it the leg? Is it the leg? That's here we go. Chaz, calm down, mate. Calm down. Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm saying. It's just great to know. It's just great to know, because then you can add some cool, little touches to it, and it's perfect. So let's take this leg here and transform it into something like that, right? Oh, I've got a lot going on. 3D perspective. Hi, Ben. How you doing? Wie geht es dir? How do you draw the ankles? Really? How do you draw the ankles? Jacob, think about it, mate. What are you talking about? If we've got a foot like here, as you can see here, I've overlapped the foot with the ankle, and the same I would do here, like so. For me, it's pretty self-explanatory. Do you see what I mean? And you have to remember that we are not going to see everything, right? So what I'm showing you is a little bit deep. It's a little bit deep. However, if you want to improve your leg drawing skills, knowing where your muscles are will help when you have to tone things up, like so. Like now, I'm just adding rough details to where I know the muscle juts out, where it goes in, where it pops out again. And then, as you can see, that's helped me to draw a leg from the side. The back is a little bit more complicated, but I don't think we're going to cover that today. Hi, Mr. Walker. Good day. Thank you for the shares, everyone. Sure. Yeah. Well, yeah. If I can get paid for this job, I'd rather probably do this all day. If I can get paid for this job. So if anyone wants to employ me, online teacher, let me know. So I need some shares and I need some likes from you guys if you like what you see. Do I remember you? Lost person, I don't remember you. Why should I remember you? Oh, thank you for sharing it with all your friends. You have to tell me who you are, lost person. You have to tell me who you are. Because I meet so many people online. They say, do I remember them like I should remember them? And chances are I've never met them. Oh, really? Since my... Really? I'm going to have to look you up. Since my first live? No. I'm going to write your name down because that is pretty cool. You know what? I have to look up. I don't know how to look that up. The first person to follow me. I'm going to have to find out how to do that because if you were in my first live, my God, that is well, it seems a long time ago, but it was only around 10 months ago. No, not even. No, my first lives were about 8 months ago. So you've seen me grow big time. Wow. Thank you for your support. Much appreciated. True. True. Anna, true. I get that. Yeah, I have to look up the other method of live, but I need some more people to join my YouTube. I need that. I actually need your support. Everyone's support that's in this live now. If you like what I'm doing, you need to help me out as well because I can help you out, but obviously we all have to eat, right? And I don't get paid on this channel, even though I've got the numbers that I have because I'm in Switzerland and I decided not to give people money that are working really hard. I'm not really sure if that works, but yeah, I'm working on it. Yeah, no, we're just doing the thigh. We're doing the thigh. That's why I haven't drawn it further. But you can research how the rest connects. It's not rocket science, but you have to understand how the hips are shaped. And if you imagine the hips as a funnel, you'll be fine. Good. Anyway, so let's keep going. Has anyone got any questions? Has anyone got any questions? I'm just going to wait a moment. Well, there's no exact size of the leg, but there's no exact size of the leg because you just need to get that proportion right here and here. Just like the arms, you could have T-Rex arms and they're really small, or this all depends on the size of the person that you're drawing. It depends on the shape of the person that you're drawing. It depends on the weight of the person that you're drawing. These are the questions you're going to have to work out on your own. Yeah, you got that. So just get these dimensions right. And if you're working with 8 heads high, the person, usually the legs take up around four heads. Usually, but obviously if you've got a shorter person, it takes less. Or a baby, like a baby's head is massive and they got short arms and short legs. but their leg proportion is the same as this with regards to what muscles they have where. Yeah, is everyone getting that? So, like, now try yourself. Draw this cylinder shape and then draw your cylinder here and here, and try and shape it like the calf, because I find that's a little bit better and it doesn't look so wooden. And like what I'm trying to explain to you all now is, if you start to draw things in stages, then you've got a better chance of pulling it off, because you've got stage 1 and then you've got stage 2, instead of just jumping, which is possible, where you just jump straight into stage 5. But that's just down to building your experience. Because if you don't have the experience and the knowledge of where the muscles are, you're gonna get lost, I suppose. But if you know, then you can just jump straight into that and draw the same leg without all the mechanics underneath. Is everyone getting that? Good. So has everyone drawn that? It does require a lot of practice. Well, everything, yeah, everything involves a lot of practice. If you can pick up something like this in one hit, then it's pretty impressive. But everything involves a lot of practice. And when I say a lot of practice, I mean not just doing it once, doing it 100 times, 1,000 times. Yeah. So if you like what you see, please hit the like button. And if you really like it, share my live. Good. So now what you can do, right? You can actually just draw a leg around the framework that you had. As simple as that. Look at that. And then you start to acknowledge, okay, this is where the bone slightly protrudes. Then you've got your nice calf muscle here, and so on. Look at that. We've got just the red. Just look at the red. We've got a pretty accurate leg. Swiss Kid called das weiß ich, ja, stimmt. Hast du nicht gewusst? Du hast schon gewusst, ich bin online. Yeah, that's a student of mine. We were in class today. I was teaching her to draw the face today. So that's pretty cool. That's really funny. Ah, okay, good. Aber ich sage alles auf Englisch, huh? Yeah, I'm just saying, explaining. I'm doing everything in English. I'm mixing my languages up now, because in school I teach in German, but not very well. I suppose I'm quite good. Could be better. Good stuff. Okay. So, do we want to get into the muscles, or do we want to get into foreshortening? My English is very good. I hope so. Oh dear, I hope so. All right, so let's get into foreshortening, right? Because knowing the muscle groups, that's something totally different. But if we want to get into foreshortening, and if you're not following me on my YouTube channel, please do so. And this recording will be on YouTube. I will hopefully, if I don't have to edit anything, it can be I can do it very quickly. So let me get my super markers out, because these super markers are amazing. So let's zone everything off. I'm going to get a couple of different colors. Good stuff. That'll do it. And these are just random colors, by the way. They're nothing special. And I just found these pens. I think they belong to my children, actually. So there you go. Right. So let's get into this. Let's go orange here. So I have to try and remember this now. Light green here. And then we're going to go dark green. And then we're going to go blue. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at foreshortening. In theory, what does that look like? Yeah, brilliant. Look at these crappy old pens I'm collecting. Wow. Look at this one. This one's got like animal shapes. Oh, look at that. That is proper kids pen, that is. See, I need to get sponsorship or something. Look at that. That's embarrassing. God, dearie me. Look at that. Billy, no mates, mate. Now, these are perfect. These are really good. I'm going to write to them, actually. I'm going to say, give me a packet of those ones with the little caricature faces and stuff on it. Suits me. So, right. In theory, yeah, not yet. It is a cone. But this line here, in theory, looks like this. Yeah? That's what it looks like. So that's what we have to imagine. This here is this here. All right, then we go. Orange looks like this. I'm tipping the angles, but it should be just simply a circle. I'm just going to correct that. Then we're going to go blue. And then we're going to go again green. All right, is everyone getting that up until now? How are you doing, Yannick? Thank you for the follows. If you like what you see, please hit the like button. If you really like what you see, buy me a car. And if you really, really like what you see, buy V a car. That's my moderator. I'm not sure what model she wants, but simply buy it for her. Do I have a live schedule? No. Because I'm a bit of a wild spirit, you see. I like to just jump on and jump off when I fancy it. That's a shame. So no one's got any money. That is terrible. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? This is terrible. So everyone's getting that. So now, if I draw, let's see now. If I draw this, what does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? I'm going to wait. Thank you very much for the gifts, Moonbeam and Daniel and V, obviously. It looks like a bubble. It looks like. Yeah, unsure. Good. Yeah. We're getting there. Orange is smaller than the green. Yeah, no, almost. So imagine if I draw this line here, if I turn this line here into a red line and I draw it here, does it become a little bit clearer what it is? It's the cone, right? This is that thigh tipping that way. So now, in theory, I should have this straight line here. Then I should have, let's turn this line red as well. We'll make it red as well, right? So then let me put this, straighten this up a bit. Like so. Then I go, whoops, down like that. So, to here roughly. Then I go like that. And now we have someone's knee lifting up towards us. Because the knee would be roughly here. So in turn, it would be here. The leg is, it doesn't have to be a specific length. Anything that, even hand size or shoulder size, it doesn't have to be a specific length. Just get the proportions right with regards to these are the same. However, if you're designing a character, that could change. You could probably draw a character with really stumpy little legs and massive feet. There's no real system with regards to proportion here. It's only when you draw the whole figure, that's when you have to think about that. Anna's liking it. So now you're getting that, right? So what you have to do is, if we rotate this leg this way, right? I'm going to draw, oops, wrong color. I'm going to draw this, yeah, that's the right one. So I'm going like that. And I need orange. And then I need my green. We've now rotated that leg that way. See that? Obviously, we would have the hip. We'd have to add the hip here, which I haven't added. All right, so that would be the leg sweeping out that way. So this is where, when you start to draw the leg, definitely start to draw the hips as well. Right? Start to draw the hips, and then you can start to use these circles. Yeah, I'll call them, yeah, cylinders for your cylinders, right? So now we've got this almost like a pair of underpants. But that tells us where the top of the thigh is, and then we have the top of the thigh here, like so. I don't think I've got enough space, but I'm going to still squeeze it in. Then we have the lower and the lower. Oops. Sorry about that. Like so. And then we've got the thigh like so. That helps. Oops. Broaden that a little bit. That helps you understand foreshortening. So if you like what you see, hit the like button. If you really like what you see, please share my live. Man, this is terrible. Only 8,000 likes. My giddy aunt. You got people out there that just say like, and they're just combing their hair and they're just sitting there looking at the. I've seen some. I actually saw some guy sleeping. I couldn't believe it. He was just there like this. Why would you do that? Why would you go live sleeping? I don't know. Some weird people out there. You remind me of your maths teacher. Okay. How you doing, Mazzy? Strange world we live. Yeah, it's truly strange. I tell you. I sometimes I don't watch any lives. I really don't. But one time I just went on. I was thinking, oh, what's that? And I hit the live button, and it's just the weirdest. It's just the weirdest environment in the world. You're just like, really? I don't know. Maybe you guys are thinking that about me. Never mind. Thank you. Thank you for the art. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's just mind blowing what people do. It's like, good. Any questions? Any questions? So I think we've pretty much covered foreshortening as well. Does everyone get that? Oh Lord. Oh. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. They say you seek and you will find, right? So I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. And you do see these people, and well, no, anyway, we're not here to talk about it. Anyway, so let's get back to it. Any questions about what I've said? Any questions? How you doing, Ella? Any questions? So now you don't have to use these colors that I've used all the time, but now you can simply use two circles. You know where the kneecap belongs, you know where the shin and so on belongs, and you now have a knee coming towards you. Is everyone getting that? And if you are getting that, you need to hit that like button. Or I'm going into my garden and go and sit in the sun. Top up. There you go. Drop the pen. Who now understands exactly how to foreshorten the human leg? Any pieces that I've personally drawn, male or female? Male or female? I can show you that. Oh, for sure. For sure. What do you want to see? Male or female? Same. Oh, wow. Same. Yeah. How long have I been drawing? Seriously, I've been drawing for the last 10 months. Really putting in the work now. Oh, you love the Spider-Man? Yeah. And that Spider-Man needs to be redrawn, actually. I'm going to redraw him. Hold on. What did he say? Male or female? He didn't say anything. Stylized art. Well, what do you mean by stylized? Hold on. What do you actually mean by stylized? Sid. Yes. Zombie Sid. The Zombie Sid was funny. That was a funny one. We did that in a live. So if I sketch, chances are I sketch like this. Yeah, and this is how I sketch. So this is like my sketchbook, right? So I can flick through this. This was actually done in a live. I drew that in a live. So I've got about 8 folders just with drawings like this, different subjects, and then I there you can see I draw the hand drawing tutorials. If my students are watching, you will be doing this soon. So if you want to get a 6 in the class, I suggest you jump onto my lives, and then I will be giving you 6s. Then I did some cyber stuff. Oh, Spider-Man, there he is. There is the Spider-Man. Oops. Where's he gone? Yeah, that's the Spidey. Male anatomy, stuff like that. Oh, where is he gone? Where's the Black Panther gone? Can't find him. He's somewhere hidden in here, in this labyrinth of images. But there you go. You got Deadpool and stuff like that. And that's the Marvel folder. What's this one? Oh yeah, this is the female anime. So we got this is stylized as well. I would say that this is more my style of drawing. I drew this steampunk lady. I designed her myself. Just found this cool image of this woman dancing, and I thought, why not just turn it into a steampunk character? So I did her. So this is definitely my style of drawing. If I'm drawing females like that, this is quite old actually, 2022, and that's pretty much where I go with my. This is probably one of my favorite drawings actually. I drew this many years ago, but I like this drawing a lot. This one. This is probably one of my, and it's on really rubbish paper, as you can see, look. And it's one of my favorites. I like this one. I don't know why. I think it's the eyes I like. Yeah, so that's my style. So, thank you very much. Has anyone got any questions about? And then you see I got my cyber punk and so on. And then, yeah, that was actually a tutorial on how to draw Rebecca. That was a cool one. Then Rebecca, how you doing? And yeah, so there you go. Let's not digress too far, because then it's probably going to get a little bit boring for many. I did clothing about 2 days ago, so if you missed that one, you can find that on my YouTube. I did clothing about 2 days ago. How do you do eyes? I'm not doing eyes today. I'm probably going to draw this to a close. We have to stick to the subject. I think I've got one on eyes already. Eye drawing, I've posted one on the YouTube. If anything, the stills, the worksheets like this are on my TikTok, but the videos are here, the full videos. Good stuff. And please subscribe. I didn't even ask you guys really to hit the like button, but the one that is important to me is the subscriptions. That would be great. Costs you nothing, and it would help me a lot. You gotta help the old man. Good. Okay, any last questions? We're in the last 5 minutes. I think we have covered pretty much everything without going too deep into the anatomy and stuff like that. But you can see, if you work with these very basic principles, you can achieve quite a lot very quickly. And the same is if you draw not just the leg, you can draw the hands in the same way as well. If you've got a little bit of a foundation with regards to knowing where the muscles are, you can pretty much blaze through this, as you can see, as I've just done here. Foreshortening from the side. This helps a lot, breaking down with different colors, then breaking down the positions, because then it becomes obvious where things belong. Yeah? Good. Okay. I'm going to draw this to a close. Thank you all very, very much for joining me. So, have you ever crashed out on a student? What's that mean? What does crashed out mean? I don't know what that means. Ah, this is being recorded. I can post it just as it is. Oh, got angry? No. I don't get angry. No. That's not. I don't do that. No, you're gonna have to find that on the feed because I want to keep the video to a limit because I don't want it to start turning it into an exhibition. But maybe I should do that one day. I'll just do a walkthrough through one of my folders. Yeah, that may be a good idea. Art finally. Yes. Check the full video out on my YouTube channel. I'm going to draw this to a close so it doesn't make the video too long. And you can go through step by step exactly what you see here. I will be posting this on my TikTok and I will be posting the full video on my YouTube. Thank you very much. Excuse me. Thank you very much for your time. And I will see you all very soon. I haven't done an eye drawing tutorial for a while, especially from the side. So maybe we'll be doing stuff on the side very soon. Mazzy, is it Mazzy? Mazzy. Yeah, I hope I'm not butchering your name. Kim, much appreciated. V, Detro, you are all very welcome. And I'll see you not this evening. I'm going to be a good boy. I'm going to go and chill in the garden today. Have a nice one. Take care. I'm losing my voice. Bye-bye. I'll be posting this immediately on the YouTube, so check that out. Bye-bye. Have a lovely weekend.